going to use for the final project. So, and now we will be talking about the final project. Because today is 14th of April. Okay, today is 14th of April, and we will finish the course on 17th of April. But because we have a lot of people in class, we will be doing the final presentation on 16 and 17 April. But so we will divide you in two. Like this, you will have at least about 10 minutes to present for each, not more than that. So about 10 minutes presentation, but all 10 minutes you need to talk about your project. It's not like you talked for 2 minutes and then you stopped. You need to explain everything what you did within 10 minutes. And like this, because we have a lot of people, we will be able to do it only in 2 days. In 1 day, it's not possible. So on 16th, you will send me all of your works. It's not like somebody will have 1 day extra. No, all of you will have to send me the works before 16th of April. And then I will decide who will present it on the first day in 16, and then who will present on 17th of April. So basically we have just today and tomorrow, 14 and 15, just 2 days to prepare for your final project. And let me explain what will be your final project. So we have done the mood board forecast for 2022, right? And now we will be researching again. But what we will be researching is we will be predicting the future scenario 15 and or 20 years ahead. So we will be really dreaming. We will have to turn on our fantasy, turn on our imagination. Of course, we have to research what was done in terms of development of technology already. And then on the basis of that, and on the basis of the research that you have done with COVID-19 problems, with the behavior predictions, with the understanding of styles, everything together, you will need to research more, and you will have to think what will be the future scenario, what will be the future of fashion in 20 years. So 20 years ahead. So what you will need to do, you will need to select a brand, choose one brand, fashion brand, and you will need to briefly introduce their history. Like if you choose Chanel, you will talk about a little bit Coco Chanel, that she founded the company, which year, what style, where, and things like this. And what is the Chanel brand right now? So let's say in 1 or 2 minutes speaking about this, it's enough. Then you will need to research what technological trends, behavior trends, or fashion trends will influence the future customer. So you will need to do the research. Okay, so what is popular right now and what is developing right now? And then you will need to describe the needs of the future customer and predict his or her desires. So you will have to imagine, even you can imagine yourself, what will you want to have in 20 years? So what do you think will be super cool to have in 20 years as a fashion garment or as a fashion brand? So in order to predict the desires, the future desires of a customer, you will need to understand the pain and problems of the customers. because pains and problems, they stimulate desires. For example, during COVID-19, we had a lot of problems, which caused the desires to be safe, to travel, to go shopping, to communicate, and to go out, right? So we had certain problems in COVID-19 times, and because of that, it pushed us to have new desires. I mean, before, to go shopping, it was just something normal we could do every day, or to travel, if we want to travel, and like back in 2018, if we want to travel, we take a ticket and we travel. It's not something extraordinary. But right now, to travel, it is really something that you are dreaming about. You're like thinking, okay, I'm tired, I want to go to another place to see the world, but it's hard to do it right now. So when you will be predicting the future needs of the future customer in 20 years, you will need to think what will be their needs in terms of what will be their pains, what will be their desires, okay? And by understanding this, you will be able to predict what will be the new product in fashion industry, or maybe the new service and the new distribution. So I will give you an example. Like this, you will understand everything better. I will give you an example with the car industry. Like this, if I will give you an example of fashion, it will be too much simple for you. You will be able just to copy. But this is the car industry example. Like this, you can understand what I mean. But you will need to do something similar with a fashion brand. So do you see my screen well? Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this is the example of a Mercedes-Benz brand. I'm sure you all know it. So you will need to make a little presentation about the brand that you chose. You can choose any brand, but just please try not to do the same brand. Try to agree between each other that everybody will have different brands to present. Otherwise, it will be boring if everybody will talk about Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what will be the brand, just for like everybody will have their own project to work on. Okay, so you choose the brand, then you talk about brief history. Here we have the like when it's founded, based in Germany, that what they do is automobile brand, car, tracks, buses, coaches, okay. It became the part of Daimler Group, and right now it's first premium brand since 2016. Like very brief history about Mercedes as an example. And here you can see the development of their logo. It was Benz, and then Mercedes, then Mercedes-Benz, and then this updated version. So it's also interesting to see the evolution. Here is the brand value and mission statement. Here you can see their brand values: safety, high quality, innovation, and sustainability. To delight our customer in everything we are doing. To continually improve the effectiveness of our quality management system and our business process. To continually improve the quality of our product and services, to be aware of our environment, to have a professional relationship with our business partners. So this is their mission statement. I mean, if you can research this about your brand, it will be amazing. If you can find what are the values of the brand that you are presenting. This is the brand identity prism. This is more concerning branding, which you don't need to do for this presentation. You don't have much time. If you have time to do this, it will be amazing. again, but it's not necessary. So I think we will skip this. For vision, okay, what is the vision of the company you're talking about? If you can research this also, it will be amazing. So as you can see, their vision statements, it's hot and cool, emotion and intelligence, new luxury, quality of experience, and avoiding the obvious, imagination and innovation. Okay, here's the competitors mapping. So here you can see like the sporty direction or more comfort direction, a luxury direction, like more expensive cars, or accessible direction. So here you can see that Mercedes is more into the comfort luxury zone. And if we compare to BMW, we can see that it's more into sporty spirit and luxury as well. So also you can see the example of Ferrari, for example, it's very sporty and very luxury, right? So, and on the contrary, you can see the Rolls-Royce, which is very luxury and very comfortable. So you can see two different positionings, two opposite, let's say, positionings of car brands. And you will need to do the same competitors mapping in terms of your brand. For you, it will be like, okay, accessible luxury and let's say classical and more like trendy, modern, like more edgy oriented. So this is the research about their existing product, service, communication, distribution system. So this is their existing product. So the segment talking about the product of what they have right now. So as you can see that here we see the models, the different classes that they do, and we also see trucks, light utility, and buses. So we see all the product range. Their existing services is they do customization inside and outside. They do entertainment and convenience. They go for entertainment and convenience. They do performance and safety and service and care. So they do not only the customization of the car, that you choose the color, you choose the wheels and things like this. You choose the inside qualities of the system. And also you can do the tuning of the car if you want. So there's like Brabus company that do tuning for Mercedes, or AMG line that do great tuning for the car. So you have options. You can put not the basic standard like front or back panel, but you can do it very customized and unique. It's all depending on you. So basically it's like you go to atelier and you say, hey, I want an haute couture dress, which will be customized according to your body measurements and according to your style preferences. Then in the car industry, it's something similar about the tuning, that you come and you say, okay, I want this and this and this, and they give you the price. And they say it will cost that much. So this is the existing service that they have, that you can customize the car the way you want. This is the tuning I was talking about. The Brabus and AMG, this is the biggest customization companies for Mercedes. They also have right now the app about the car. This app is only for Mercedes owners, and it can control the car, locate your car. You can know where exactly it's located. It also tells you about assistance. and concierge. So basically, you know the condition of your car through the app. So it's nice that if the app tells you, okay, you need to check the quality of the air in the wheels, like for example, it's going down, you need to check the pressure. You will know it through the app, and you will not have to check every like wheel manually to make sure it's working. So the app will notify you if something goes wrong. Also, they have the service, the existing service is that they are having the rent for the cars. You can rent a car for any time you prefer in any country that you want to be. So through their own website, you can go for Mercedes-Benz rent and you put the dates when you want to rent a car, and they also give you such service. And also you can rent like normal car, a minibus, a big bus, or a smart Mercedes smart car. So everything according to your preferences. Communication, you will not need to do the communication research, but it's good just to hear about it and to know it exists. So communication is basically how the brand communicate with the customers. For your final project, you will not need to do this because you don't have that much time, but just for your reference, for your knowledge. So communication, existing communication of Mercedes. They are doing lots of international exhibitions. As you can see, here is the example. They do digital hubs and wallet functions. So they do specific clubs and specific meetings, let's say, for owners of Mercedes, so they all can feel themselves a part of one community. Okay. Then they do International Motor Show in Frankfurt and Geneva Motor Show, or Mondial l'Automobile in Paris. So here you can see that for the exhibitions, they show the newest models, that they are connected, autonomous, shared, because you can rent anything, and the new trend is electric car. So in the exhibitions, the new customers or people who are already owning the Mercedes car, they can get to know what's new. So basically it's like a fashion show in the fashion industry. So for cars, international exhibitions, it is like a fashion show where you can present your newest collections and give the chance for the customers or for new people to go to a test drive and check how it works and try it yourself. So this is their communication. They also do it. They also do museums to communicate with customers. So they have like 130-year-old history museum with 9 floors. So it's really a fun place to visit. Then they have, of course, a virtual tour for visiting their museum. So there's a link, and you can also search it on the website. You can find it. Maybe it will be interesting for you. Also, they do the events like concerts or trips together with the owners of the Mercedes. So like this, they build community, they build like shared values with all the users of so when you belong to community, you're feeling a part of something, right? A part of a big brand, a part of one shared spirit, of part of one shared values. So you are communicating with all the owners of the Mercedes, and you can ask each other like interesting questions about specificity of owning a Mercedes, or how to repair it, or where to do a better service and things like this. So this is the case when the brand connects people together, and this is a really good thing. So they do the journeys together to Monaco or Monte Carlo. As you can see, here's the big concert. So this is the road trips where journey is a destination. So it's not the purpose to reach some spot, but to enjoy the trip. You see, this is the philosophy. Okay, another example is that they support the Mercedes-Benz sports. Okay, so they do it in Formula 1, Formula E. Also, they participate in, they promote themselves through the fashion week. For example, in Russia, the fashion weeks are all supported and sponsored by Mercedes. So therefore, when there is like new designers presenting their collections, on the background you always see the Mercedes-Benz logo, so you understand who sponsored the event. And even if it's more into like fashion industry, still there's a lot of consumers, potential consumers, who become loyal to the brand because, okay, they're interested in fashion, but it's sponsored by Mercedes, and like this they say, okay, they become, you know, respectful to the brand even if they are not owning a Mercedes-Benz car yet. So this is a part of communication to attract potential customers, and through magazines, of course. Okay, another example is that they do the Mercedes-Benz social media night. So they talk about new social media and their influence on the people and things like this. They have a lot of followers on their social media accounts, so they're targeting and communicating with their customers through social media. On Facebook, they have 20 million people, in Instagram 18.9 million, and in Twitter 3.34 million people. So you can see this example. And distribution. Distribution is something that you will need to do for your final project. Distribution is basically places, the touch points where the customer can come and purchase the product. So obviously it is the store of the Mercedes-Benz store, opened by the company directly. Secondly, it can be certified Mercedes-Benz dealers, so people who purchase the license from the Mercedes to be able to sell their products. So let's say a person comes and he says, okay, I have a big space, I have a big store, and I want to sell your cars. So he signs a license agreement with Mercedes, and they allow them to put the logo of Mercedes on the store, and they give them cars to sell, and they become the dealers. They sell their cars, and of course they sell through online brand store, or sometimes through multi-brand stores online as well. So this is the distribution system existing of the Mercedes-Benz right now. And then you will need to do the blue sky analysis. It basically means that you will need to search for new trends and what is going on in the environment, in global environment. So here you can see the example of technological trends: AI assistants and robots, VR and AR, okay, health conscious, Internet of Things, new energy source, nuclear and solar, for example, and planet conscious, new biodegradable materials. This is the new technological trends. Here you can see the example of the research that I was doing personally in Paris. So basically, when you do the research, you need not only to look at the internet to find for something. It is always good when you can go to an exhibition or go to visit a museum, or you go to a new area of the city or trendy area of the city, or you go to like stores and you check what is new in the stores, what is the new system, how the sales assistant are communicating with you. So you're like analyzing everything what's going on around, and you're very like open-minded to find what is the changes, what is the fresh changes that the city has, and the consumer of the consumers as well. So as for social trends, I mean, I did the research in Paris. You can do your own research in any other city that you are living in. Through all the multiple stores and environment, you can see that sustainability awareness becoming a very popular trend, right? So here we see through the street art, through the stores, through the behavior of people, that sustainability is becoming more and more popular. And then at the exhibition, I found this example that it's a new technology that you are connected to computers with VR glasses and with cables, as you can see, and you can technically send your feelings from one person to another just by internet. So if you're feeling in a certain way, you can not only send a picture or a video, you can send your emotion. This is the new technology that's being developed, which is very interesting. Then inclusion topic, it's very important and very popular right now as well. Interactive assistants in the stores, when you don't need to search for a printed menu, you can interact with a projected menu, and you can click on it and it opens, so it's basically like a computer. Then it's about connection to nature, connection between people, and ethical and polite to each other spirit. Engagement, when you can interact even in the store, in the sportswear store. Here you see the example. You can go and play with your friends within the store. You see, so they are not just giving you space to choose a product and buy and go. No, they give you a certain space in the store where you can come and just play a basketball or play whatever you want, and get fun just simply in the store. Or work and network, like co-working spaces. It's also becoming popular. So like the company gives you space to work, basically, where you can find new people, where you can do networking, so which is also a very interesting trend. So overall, we can conclude that there is 3 main social trends. Comeback of nature, right? Then digital combines with emotional mix, becomes phygital. So basically it's a mix of technology and human emotion mix. And another very strong trend is the enhanced, enriched human, because we have a lot of new technologies coming out. So enriched human with a personal assistant, interactive like robot assistant or AI assistant, is becoming very, very popular. Not only in fashion, in all the industries. So basically I'm giving you the trend research for free. You will not need to spend much time. You can get inspiration from these topics, and then you can develop it into your own new products, new service systems. So the economical trend. Economic is increasing. Amount of billionaires and millionaires is increasing in spite of the in spite of the difficulties with COVID-19, still rich people are still getting more rich. And it's a pity poor people are still getting more poor. So the difference between very rich people and very poor people is increasing. So middle class is disappearing little by little. Then when we have the crisis, we have digitalization. So if we have the problems of going actually to work, to office, we can stay digital, and we can, like we're doing right now, we are communicating through the video call. And like this, by staying digital, by digitalization, we can still continue our tasks. Like you can continue your education in this case. And price of the oil barrel will increase. That means everything will go more expensive. So because everything is connected to the price of the oil. So overall, the economy will be pushed to increase the prices. So here we talk about the stimuli cases. What stimulate the trends? Okay, so here we can see the comeback of nature, the trend, the first trend. You can see that there is more and more solar panels that you can see on the houses that will generate the new energy coming from the sun. Then you can see that in vertical Milan urban biodiversity integration. So here you can see the houses in Milan that grow plants on the house. So also you can see the Dyson energy bracelet here. It is using the body energy to create electricity, from which, if you are just wearing this bracelet, because you're moving, it generates electricity, and then basically, for example, you can charge your phone from this bracelet. And the energy just generated by your body. Okay, so it's a new clean source of making an energy, which is great. So you can see that it's a comeback of nature. Then about the digital trend. So I was talking about the Amazon Go example. So it's a digital shopping, digital groceries. When you actually come to the store, there is no cashiers, there's no checkout points. It's just open space. You enter, you take what you want, and it will be automatically, money will be taken from your account automatically. You don't need to do anything. Just go, take what you want, and money will be taken from your account. So it's becoming, the physical becomes digital at the same time. Then VR experiences becomes more and more popular with Google VR glasses or Oculus. So we can use the physical space to create a digital world. And you all maybe know the Amazon Alexa, the digital assistant. Then you can say, okay, Alexa, please turn on the lights in the house, and she does. Or if you have a robot vacuum cleaner, you say, hey, Alexa, please turn on the vacuum cleaning, and she does. So even like the electric, all the electronics in your house can be controlled just by voice digital command. So this is the moment when physical becomes digital. Okay, then next. We were talking about enriched humans. This trend is also very popular in every industry. So it is something new that they created. There is an eye implant. If a person implements a chip to the brain, it can bring back the vision to the blind people. So technological development is so strong right now that they put a chip in the brain, and people who couldn't see anything, they start seeing. You see, so it's truly the Enriched Humans technology. Then you can see the example of Baja Beach Club in Rotterdam use chip in order to identify VIP customers. So they implement a small chip in the body and they don't have to bring their identity card or anything to prove they are members of this club. They just, by scanning the chip on the body, they know that, okay, they are our VIP customers. And there's also a new technology that the eye drops that can cure the eyesight for 12 hours. You don't even need to wear lenses. You don't need to do an operation or anything. You just use an eye drop and it improves your eyesight for 12 hours. So this is definitely something really cool. That development of the technology is growing and evolving every day. This is the specific automobile sector trend. I will also give you the example of the car, but you can think about fashion, because if I will do you fashion examples, it will be too easy for you. So in general, you will need to research the trend in the fashion industry, but I'll give you the example of the car industry. So cars will use more and more green energy in the future. The cars will be an extension of human. It will be an intelligent cars. They will be doing auto parkings, autopilot, mobile apps. They will be the remote controls of the car. And of course, there will be a lot of more rent and sharing options for the cars. So it's in general. Here there is examples of already existing technological developments that the competitor brands like Audi does. The technologically adapts virtual content to the movement of the vehicle in real time. If a car makes a right turn, the spaceship of the video game will fly to the right as well. This is all made possible by fusing vehicle data, geodata, and content data. So basically, this is already existing in Audi experience. So the brain of the car connects to via internet, connects to the VR game that, let's say on the back seat, somebody is using the VR game. They connect through the computer of the car. And when they play the game, if the car turns, then in the game, it has the same movement. So like this, you are moving physically and like digitally as well in the same direction, because the data is synchronized together. So this is what already exists among competitors. For BMW, they already have automatic car parking technology. So you can see that they have a 4 laser scanner that scans all the area around the vehicle and generate an accurate image of the surroundings. The fully automated remote valet parking assistant links this information with a digital plan of the car park, and it's then able to use this data to drive the BMW i3 independently, dynamically, and safely to an empty space and park it. So as you can see, this technology already exists in BMW as well. And you all know Tesla. So it's 100% electric cars. It's the first 100% luxury electric cars with a huge autonomy. And it's one of the fastest electric cars as well. As you can see that Jaguar, Porsche, Audi also are planning to launch their first luxury electric sport cars as well, inspired by the trend in this sector. So after you researched all the trends, social trends, economic trends, stimulations, like, okay, examples of Enriched Humans, of digital. You, for example, searched what the competitors already doing, what trends they already use. You will need to build the future scenario, the future of fashion industry, and what will be the new customers of the fashion industry. Okay, my picture here go bad, but anyway, you will need to think of the new customer behavior in 20 years. So 20 years ahead, what will be the new customer behavior? So that will be definitely digital buying experience. It will be definitely environmental friendly. It will be all about innovation and technology. Definitely it will be the digitalization of work, right? We already go through this stage when most of the work is done digitally. Then, of course, everybody will value the real-time performance. Everybody will value personalization when it's not just mass-produced product, but it's made just for you. And of course, people will value time much more. So, according to the trend, comeback of nature, people have made better sustainable choices. So creation and innovation of norm and seriously advised upon. And then new clients are being built. New cities are being built. So you can see that the trend comeback of nature in 20 years can make our cities look like this. That we will think about the nature, we will care about the environment, we will make more sustainable choices. This is the new behavior of a new customer according to this trend. When we take the Enriched Humans trend, that will bring definitely more comfort and more possibilities. So we will have body complementations, we will have personal assistant, we will have emotional sharing. We will have strategic alliance and think of and control. So we will be able, if right now we're speaking and we're asking digital assistant, Alexa, for example, to do something, or Siri, we ask by voice. Maybe in 20 years it will be enough just to think and to control something. And we will be able to discuss with our assistant with our robots, let's say, we will be able to discuss and choose the best possible way. So for example, here you can see on the picture, a man is asking from his robot, what should I do, let's say, right? And the robot gives you hundreds of examples, like if you do this, you will have this, if you will do, you will have this. So you can discuss and choose which version, for example, will be the best for you. So this is the trend that provokes a new behavior in the future. So the phygital trend will definitely set us beyond the barriers. So physical objects will become digital, and there will be definitely Internet of Things and augmented reality. So here you can see inside there is an example of the car inside, and there is no wheel anymore because the car will automatically drive you to the place you need to be. You don't need to drive it yourself. You just set the road map and you click start, and the car will take you where you need to be. And inside, for example, you can stay, it will be your digital office, where you can stay and have your computer in front of you, and you can work or watch a movie while the car is driving you to the destination. And maybe that will be already the time when the food will be printed, because printed food already started this trend. The 3D printers, they print a lot of things already. Even there is an example of people are printing houses. They just build bigger prints, 3D printers, and then they print a house, a real size house. Or they already are able to print bones of human or soft tissues for medical purposes. So they are doing tests on that, so they try to replicate the structure of the bone for those, for example, hurt the bone or damage the bone. They try to print a specific detail, let's say, of the bone to be able to replace it. So the food also, why not? And maybe you will be able to have just a printer at home, and you will be able to print a food you want. So who knows what will happen to us in 20 years. So as you can see here, there is a future prism combining social trend, stimuli case, sector trend, economical trend, enriched human and technological trend, which overall will allow you to build the new scenario, the new concept and new meaning for the vision in this sector. So for example, new vision, luxurious, autonomous, green, smart cars, which could transform for multi-mode of transport, for example, air, land and water, in the coming 5 or 7 years, keeping in mind security, safety and comfort as priority. So as a new concept, for our new enhanced business strategy, the big ideas will be enriched humans, comeback of nature and digital. For the new meaning, throughout our new innovative product service system, we have come up with multiple ideas with several tangible and intangible benefits for our eco-conscious customers. These innovations not only transform the current scenario, but also brings new added values and meanings to the lives of people experiencing it. So like connectedness, hybridization of touch, emotional experience, carbon footprint conscious and eco-conscious. So on the basis of what we have researched, we can understand what will be the new meaning and new desires of the customers. So here is the new product service system that is based on the research of the trend, what was popular. And now we're combining that all, we are able to design a new product and new product service system. So the future is coming. The new product. Here you can see the example of emotion sharing and smart safe seats. So as you can see that there is no, this is 100% autopilot. Of course you have the wheel if you want, but you truly don't need to use it. So emotions sharing and lighting is the smart chair tracks your heartbeat and health condition and change the temperature in the salon and the seat heat according to your body temperature. The lights are adjusted to your mood, and if you're sick, the blue light, antibacterial lights, will be automatically on. So whenever you will be entering the car, you will be able, the car will be diagnosing you if you are feeling good, if you are feeling sick, and it will act accordingly. So if you have a sad mood, it will try to turn on more nice positive music to make you smile, to make you happy, and bring more brighter lights, so you feel more under the sun and more, happy emotions. But if you're sick, the car will be able to see that and adjust the temperature so that you will feel comfortable, and as well turn on the bacterial lights. Then the next product service system that I project which will happen is the Face ID recognition and solar charge. So Face ID recognition makes your car a part of your family. You set the family members, the Face ID of each family member, and once your car once your car knows all the Face IDs of your family, it can autonomously pick up your kids at school. And plus, Face ID can track your emotions in case of danger and will call the police and start loud signalization. So here you can see that the new product is the car that can actually recognize you as an owner of the car. And if, for example, at the moment you're driving, there is somebody who is trying to steal your car or kill you or whatever, the car will be able to track your emotions and see the danger and call the police at this moment and start very loud sounds like this. Thieves will be scared and definitely will leave you alone. Or you can just say to your car, okay, go and pick my kid at school, and because you settled the Face ID for your car, the car will come to the destination by itself. It will recognize by Face ID your kid. It will open the door for your kid. He will sit inside and the car will automatically bring it home. So this is the new product which will be popular in, let's say, 20 years ahead, according to the trends and technological developments which we have right now. So, new services, according to the future scenario. There will be definitely evolving cars. So, evolving technologies is similar to iOS. Mercedes electronics can be updated, and that makes your car smarter and more sustainable day by day. So basically, it's a similar that we have to iPhones right now, because each time we have new updates coming, and every new updates, they are improving bugs or improving mistakes of certain apps working. So it's not just the same phone that we bought. Every time we have new update coming and some functions are improved or they add new functions, and like this, it's like a living organism. It's always evolving, and it's not just like, you know, the previous phones that we used to have before, when it was not sensor but it had the buttons. You know, the phone like this will never evolve. It's the same from the moment you purchase till the moment you will throw it away. It is just the same. But talking about the iPhone, we know that we purchase it that way, and let's say a month later there will be a new update improving some functions. So even though you bought it long years ago, it is still updating and it's still like evolving. And this is really great. Why not to make the same thing with the cars, right? So that will be definitely a new service, new innovative service. And also Mercedes-Benz maintenance. So the cars will be able to diagnose their own mechanical problems. If you need to take the car to a mechanical repairment, the car will research the options and book it themselves. So you don't need to do anything. So the car will book itself an appointment to go through the diagnosis, and the car will be able to renew its own insurance. So you don't have to waste time on that. So it's a smart car. New communication. You will not need to do the communication, but just for your reference, just for your information. So here the suggestions is to create awareness for the new product service system and sustainability through the floating events like aerial cruise, to suggest a personalized experience, augmented and virtual reality, robot and drones, 3D printing, and solar powered like trip. Here is the new type of communication. At the event, it can be used as a flying machine to show all the possibilities, and holographic concerts, drones and robotic assistants, and virtual assistant feature that projects a tiny virtual human onto the table to assist the customers. So you will not need to wear VR glasses. So it will be a hologram which will be augmented to the reality. And the new distribution. So you will not need to go to the store anymore the store will go to the customers. They will have all the Mercedes like physical stores experience, but at their own place, thanks to VR technology. They will be able to visualize the different cars and their different options, but also to try it. So basically, you will not need to go to the store physically. You will be able to sit at your couch on your sofa at home and switching the car models that you prefer, or being able to see what's inside, how it drives, what is the technical features of it. So basically, it will be like online shopping, but not through the picture, but you can 3D see the car and see what's inside and things like that. So this is the foreseeable future, the future of Mercedes-Benz, let's say 15 to 20 years ahead, which you will need to do something like this, inspired by this presentation, for one selected fashion brand. And you will need to do your own new product service system. So you will need to select a fashion brand, introduce their brief history. You will need to research what technological trends, behavior trends, fashion trends will be influencing the future customer. So you will need to describe the needs of the future customer and predict their desires. Okay? And on the basis of that research, you will need to introduce or innovate or like turn on your imagination, and you will need to predict what will be the new product in the fashion industry in 20 years. Okay, what will be the new service in the fashion industry in 20 years? And what will be the new distribution system in 20 years? This will be your final project. So you have today and tomorrow, just 2 days, to do your research and predictions, and to prepare all your presentation file. Okay, guys, is that clear for you?
Okay.
Okay, do you have any questions?
Professor,
Yes?
should we find one brand?
Yes. So you can choose, I don't know, it can be Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, but please try to choose, everybody try to choose different brands. Like maybe somebody go for Alexander McQueen, or somebody can go for Armani and like Balmain, different brands. So eventually you will do a brief history, not only about everybody about Chanel, it will be boring, okay? So try to think of something different.
Only fashion brand, right?
Yes, only fashion brands. I gave you example of the car brand, because if I would do the example for the car brands, then or the fashion brand, it will be too easy for you. Okay, like this, you have example, but in different industry. So you will need to think of your own brand, and then like let's say take Balmain brand, and think what will be their future scenario, what will be their future product, what will be their future service, okay, and what will be the future distribution points of sales. Okay, maybe you will come up with more interesting ideas, who knows. Okay,
The prediction is based on your brand.
You don't have to be based on the brand, but you need to research the values of the brand for sure, because the values of Chanel, let's say, it's not the same as the values of Dior. So Chanel is more about, because you will need to talk about the values of your brand. Chanel is more about independent, strong woman, okay, which don't has to be married to be successful, because Chanel has never been married, for example, and for her being strong and successful means to be independent. financially independent. And so that is reflected in the values. And if we compare to Dior, Christian Dior, he was treating women as a flower, because that's why you can see a lot of like thin waist and a lot of wide skirts, silhouettes, very gentle decorations. So for Christian Dior, woman was a beauty product, you know. She was like just, she doesn't have to work. She just has to be beautiful, and she just has to be a nice wife, you know, to be a perfect woman, to be a successful woman. So the idea and philosophy is very different. So if you choose a certain brand, you need to talk about their brand values and how that will evolve 20 years ahead. Okay?
Okay.
Great.
So we should send you PPT as the project.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You need to, so let me just add the brand values. And this is important. So overall, your final presentation should be similar to what I did as an example for you. You will do the quick history of your brand. You will do the explanation of their brand value, as you can see over here. Competitors mapping. You need to position the brand that you chose among competitors of other fashion brands. You need to check what is their existing product service system. What is the existing products they sell right now? What is the existing services they have right now? You don't need to say that much, just as an example. Maybe one slide per each is fine. Communication you don't need. Distribution, yes. What is the current distribution your brand has right now? How do they sell? Through the stores, or only through multi-brand stores, or only online? I mean, you need to research. And then blue sky analysis is the analysis of the trends. Here you have the example of trends, right? And then you will need to build the future scenario to predict the future in 20 years. What will be the new customer behavior? Okay.
Okay.
What will be their desires and needs? Okay. And then you, on the basis of that prediction, of that trend research, you will build the new product service system. The new product. You can bring example pictures from the internet, which will reflect your idea, like I did in this case. You can see I just found pictures and I created this new product just by explaining it and showing relevant pictures. Okay, here's another example how it will work, explanation how it will work, and picture explanations. And new services. So you can see the example of the new services, right? Communication you don't need, and then the new distribution. So you can have one slide with pictures explaining what will be the new distribution for the brand. Okay?
Okay.
If you want, I can send you this this presentation as the reference.
Please send to the WeChat.
Yes.
The group chat.
I will adjust only the slides that you actually need to do, because there's many things like this you don't need to do. Because if I send you everything, you will get confused. So I will adjust it and send you the revised version. And this one as well. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me right now. I'll be happy to respond. Do you have any questions? about the final project?